When it comes to crime, politicians have been beating their chests.
Today, I'm announcing tougher sentences for criminals.
For too long, gangs have been allowed to behave as if they are above the law.
I think the gangs understand that there's a different government in place now.
But the officers they're relying on to enforce their new rules aren't happy because of their pay.
Farcical, demoralising, disgusting, an absolute joke. These are how these officers feel. I've never seen police officers as angry as they are now.
We are on their side, and we do back them.
The offer police have rejected includes a $5,000 pay increase backdated to November, a 4% pay increase in September this year, and another 4% in 2025.
If you think it's just officers being greedy, a 6-year social worker and a nurse that's been in the role for 6 years will earn $22,000 more than a police constable who's been in the role 6 years.
He says many are struggling to make ends meet.
Struggling to pay their rent, to pay their mortgage, to put food on the table. You've got others that are going to food banks.
Do you think New Zealanders would be shocked to hear that police officers are having to go to food banks?
I think they'd be stunned.
This officer, a single parent who wants to remain anonymous, living that reality.
Okay, sorry, I was looking at the wrong number. So there you go. So this is the story from last night that kind of broke a bunch of this. Police officers having to go to food banks, yada, yada, yada. Now, whether you are a fan of the police or not, this is kind of about, for me at least, about the government who swore black and thin blue line that they're going to be the people who keep our public servants, which includes the police, and also who are going to be the government of law and order and fixing up law and order, which is kind of essential to have the police on side for that. And what they're doing, I've got some interview to play with Chris Cahill from this morning, is they're not doing that. In fact, it said in this interview that Labor gave the police a better offer, Chewy. Isn't that weird? How this is the government of law and order, yet Labor were giving a better offer to the police.
Look, I'm glad to see that the discussion is linking around similar type of workers, right? Police, teachers, nurses, right? They're paid directly by the government. They're vital to how this country runs. Now, whatever you think of the police, I think they look at it from a worker's point of view. Imagine you've been in a negotiation for a pay rise, and you get one, and you're like, "Hey, we're not happy with that. You know, we'll give you some time to come up with a better offer." And they go away for a few months. The guy coming back with the offer, his face changes, and you get okay. So you know we've always backed you guys, right? We've been very pro police, very very pro law and order. So anyway, we've come up with a super good deal, and they take the sheet off the deal, and it's the same one. How pissed are you? I'm shocked by the idea of a full-time police constable going to a food bank. That's fucking crazy. And yeah, the same problem that we have with teachers, the same problem that we have with nurses. They're getting lured overseas by better paying conditions. If you want to stop people doing that, you need to offer them better paying conditions. That's just, I think, basic math. But when they've campaigned so hard on we're the party of law and order, they're going to ask police to do more against more dangerous characters.
Yeah.
And they're not going to give them more money to do it. I mean, surely a mercenary like Mark Mitchell would understand that you need to pay people to put themselves in harm's way. Like, all of these parties are always, we want so many new cops on the beat. It's never. Have you noticed that change in language? It's new cops. It's not more cops.
Yeah.
Let's get that churn going. So we have less operational experience. We have less institutional knowledge because we're training these people. We're training them to a good standard, good enough for other countries to snipe them. But we're not keeping them. And every time we don't keep someone in that job, we've wasted that investment in training them. We've wasted everything that they've learned after they got trained. It is bad economics.